Thank you, Mr. Staples.
Thank you, man.
Have that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome y'all back to another episode of Audiotrafficker.
Yeah.
I am one of your hosts, Monday Booms, one half of Ilpo, that's my partner over there.
Hey, J Bond, Bonsai, all of that.
We got some special guests.
Special
technique.
Special.
The special technique.
What is the special technique? What is, like, if you had to put like a brand or a label on tonight's show, and I hate to box people in, what would you?
What episode is this?
I don't know, but it's epic. This is episode epic.
That would be
You
it.
like that one?
That
You
would
like
be
that
it.
one?
Yeah.
So we have some special
The big
guests. Hey, I want to let everybody, we're going to go down the line, let everybody introduce themselves.
Yep.
Yo, what's up? Appreciate you being here. Mr.Rozzi aka Cool Cat, by the way, that's Cable for O's, you know what I'm saying? Just kicking it. I love myself.
The legendary.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop lives within me. Poetry, hip hop artist, actor.
That was a long introduction.
Boris and Natasha, everything here. I'm the wild man.
Got it written down. I'm just Vanessa Ferguson, singer, songwriter, international performing artist.
Homie.
Home from the voice. Just homie. I like it. Just the girl next door.
And I am Fanatic. I am a record producer, singer, songwriter, actor, producer, film producer. I do a little bit. I wear many hats.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
You said that so casually too, like, I'm just Fanatic. When we all know that there's some history there, but we're going to get into all that.
Okay,
you know, so I'm going to ask y'all a little bit about yourselves and, you know, some of the stuff, because we are homies. You know, we've been through the grind. We have heard of each other's names, you know what I'm saying, in passing, been on shows together. So it's good to be able to sit down with y'all, you know what I'm saying. Y'all like family, you know, anyway, so it's good to rock with y'all. Thanks to Light Skin for putting this together, helping us out with this.
Yeah.
Half and half.
And when I think of like all three of y'all, like collectively, if I think of like NC Music, you know, all together, you know what I'm saying, certain names that ring synonymous with me, because I'm big on the history of our culture that we kind of picked up in when we was ill positioned and we started doing our thing. And like, I want to start with Fanatic. Like, who is Fanatic?
Oh man, I started off just really obsessed with hip hop back in the 80s with Ski and Mixmaster D and Move and Groove. We were the Busy Boys, Payroll Records.
Yes.
I started producing all those acts from Now Born to Entice, Busy Boys, and the time I didn't even know I was actually producing. I didn't even know what it was. I just know that I had a vision for the songs, and I was able to execute those visions through those artists. So I started producing, went to music school, and then came back and worked with Omniscience and Mark Sparks.
I
And
love these type
Dizzy.
of episodes,
All
boy,
these
man.
cats. Like we're in this business, we're so much chasing, you know, the next wave so much that we rarely have a chance to go back in retrospect and look at all of the things that we've been through. And so I like having these type of interviews where people know your history and whatnot, because it gives you a chance to reflect on everything that you've been through and just our relentless pursuit to try to make it and express ourselves any way we can through music. You know?
You guys should be appreciated too, man, because of, you know, we've had episodes previously where those same names we've discussed because we're talking about the lineage of where we're from, and there's so many bountiful fruits that just blossom from this era, and people don't even know. People don't even have an idea, like, oh yeah, our hand was in this, our hand was in this over here, our hand was in this over here. So that's why I say I love these episodes when we get to hear that lineage and we get to talk to artists, producers, who just understand the culture of what all of us have contributed, you know what I'm saying, to this. I want to, the woman next to you, I want to ask her, how you been, man? How you been?
I've been well.
Okay, it's good to sit down and actually get to chop it up, man.
Listen, it's good to sit down. It's good to sit down.
You know, because you know we are fans. You know every time, this is what I love about this. She know it ain't no bullshit. Like, we've been in so many shows and we like, yo, you? Nah, you. But what you just did. So, you know, one, just everything, all the success that have come your way. One, congratulations.
Thank you.
All of the recognition is deserved. We celebrating with you from afar. We love to see our own. You know, we watched it with so many other people. We just be cheering you like, yo, go rep. And then when we know when we got them in the bag too, because we like, once they hear, you can't unhear that. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
It's undeniable.
Unhear
It's
that.
undeniable.
So,
Thank you, bro.
how was that experience? Tell us about, you know, your experience on The Voice, what you were doing prior to The Voice, what that experience was like, and, you know.
Listen, I can't tell you everything. I wish I could.
It's okay.
I wish I
NDAs.
could. Listen, but before The Voice, I was kind of in a weird space that I'd never been in before. You know, since I was 18, like when I started performing in the clubs and different things like that, I hadn't stopped. So it was a moment for me where I was like, you know what? Let me just be still for a minute. Instead of like being so focused on making my plans, you know, because that going to The Voice was not my plan. I didn't know I was going to audition until the day I was driving there to like audition.
Wow.
You know, so I was just kind of still and like, all right, you know, whatever you kind of want me to do. And then I got an email. It was like, yo, will you come audition for The Voice? We got the second rounds in Durham. And I was like, well, I'll think about it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to do no competition. I definitely don't want to do a TV show. I mean, there's benefits to it, but, you know, it's politics too. So I was just real unsure. And it wasn't until, like, that day up, like I said, I was supposed to actually be out singing at a funeral. A close family friend had passed away. And I was like, well, my name's on the program. I'm going to sing at the funeral.
Right.
I don't know. I got up that day and was like, let me just take my guitar, drive to Durham, and just see what's up. So thankfully it was the second round, so I didn't have to deal with the cattle call and all of that. So it was like your audition was by appointment, and I went in there and I played my guitar and I sang, and they seemed to appreciate it. Called me to the back and was like, we want you to sign these papers. And it was like, what else do you do? So I rapped for them too. They knew about that like beforehand. So they were like, oh.
Look at the hand. Look at the hand.
Like,
I don't want to interrupt the story,
What's
but
up?
you said what? You did what for them also?
I rap.
Okay.
I spit for
Now,
them.
Audiotraffickers, all of y'all out there, I just want to let y'all know something. Yeah, this is Vanessa Ferguson, The Voice, you know, all that. I met my wife when she was singing one night. But one of the things that I want to say is she is one of the illest spitters.
Believe that.
All right, she's one of the illest spitters. And I ain't even talking about female. I'm just talking about spitters in general. So I just wanted to chime in real quick. I'm gonna throw it back. Real quick before that slips my
I
mind.
thank you. It's funny. I don't even like. I've been thinking, do I consider myself a rapper? I don't. I just sometimes I have stuff to say.
Yeah. You
That's
gotta
all.
say it
I
a
just
certain
have
way.
stuff to say.
Yeah.
I have to say it a certain way. I can't sing it. I just have to say certain things. That's
remember,
all. Sometimes
yeah.
I talk on the record, but I appreciate you for that. So they liked everything I had to offer, and I'm not supposed to tell the whole process,
Right,
but
okay.
it was a very long process before you even, make it to television. And
Right.
thankfully, I was able to do that. And all I really wanted was a spot. Like, let me get a spot, whether they turn for me or not. Who cares? Like,
Right.
if I could sing on national TV,
me
it's
do
a
it.
good look. So that's what I did it for. And then I had 3 chairs turn. And then, which Adam, a lot of folks are like, we don't like Adam because he ain't turned. But Adam is mad cool. And after every commercial break, he was coming to me talking about, yo, I'm a fan of yours, So,
Can
pretty
I
cool
ask
that
you
I won
this?
him over, too.
When you went up there, did you feel like somebody's going to turn because I already know what I do, or was it like a total surprise?
No, it wasn't a surprise when I got Cheers to Turn.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty confident and
I love my people. We
I
know our
wasn't-
power. We know our power.
yeah, you gotta. It's
We know
about-
our power.
It's about
I know it. I know.
We know our
You
power.
must turn.
yeah, it's some knowledge yourself for sure.
Indeed.
And not even just knowing like how well, let's say, I can sing or perform. It's also like just knowing how to pull in the universe the way God intended for us to be able to do, and sort of make it give us what we want
Right.
from it, right? So
Right.
that was like huge for me, and like practicing that for the first time, really, and knowing what I'm practicing and believing in it, and then things coming to fruition.
Yeah.
So I was able to go really far on the show, and I thought about it, like by the time, I was sent home, I was ready to go. I was ready to go. So, I think it was everything that it was supposed to be. Thankful for it. Glad it's over. Glad I'm still alive. I have to sign my blood nowhere. So, we're here again, and we're just moving on to the next thing,
Awesome. And I know I want to come back and talk to all of y'all, specifically about what is next. But before we continue going further, so I gotta get to my brother.
Yo, I was just telling him it was one night, Blind Tiger Tuesdays at the old.
Always
Blind
tell his story.
Blind
the
Tiger.
swan.
The old one, $2 beers.
No doubt.
Tuesday night, and this was mid to late 2000s, and you dropped the album, and you had a release party, and it was I already know it was my first time seeing you perform, and I became a fan of Rozzi that night. I think it was Mr.Rozzi and Friends. I think that might have been the name of the album. Am I accurate?
That's one of my
Barbed
monikers.
wire on the cover,
Yes,
like
sir.
barbed wire. Yeah.
Curly fries, no
Yeah.
doubt. Yeah.
So what, like, from a hip hop standpoint in the Greensboro area, and I know that you are, you're one of the, like I say, the people that have stood for it and went to the beat of their own drums this whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Originality from my people. You don't see much of that these days, right?
Because you don't fall into the suit just because they different don't mean that they nice, but you
Right.
are nice and different. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
How do you manage to just, have the motivation to keep doing it? Because I know I fall into that trap
Right.
from time to time. What is it? What is it?
I'm from the school of hard knocks, so one of my favorite rappers, Slick Rick, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the storytelling, KRS-One, the whole High Road crew, you know what I'm saying?
Careful with
All
that
of
right
them.
there. That's my folk,
All
boy.
my people, and all these people I name are still relevant today and still doing music. So I look at the grind and I'll be like, I'd start doing shows. You know what I'm saying? I started hosting shows, putting other people on shows. We did the Dizzy G's. That's when
Wow.
Put Gavin on coming
Oh,
through there.
man.
We did the Rough
That
Ride. We
name.
had the MC
Wow.
battles.
Shout out to Dizzy G's, yo.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the first
Put
spots
me
we did.
back,
we
man.
did shows.
It's not there no more, right?
It's something.
It's some other
Oh, it's
building.
something else.
It's there,
I thought
yeah.
they
It's
took-
So we kind of set that.
So, we had the people coming through and we put money up. So, different venues, hitting up different cities to the nicest MC. You know what I'm saying? Then we go on shows, we'll let them open up or we'll combine them. So it's all been about the networking, So I think one of the things that keeps me going.
I think that one of the things, like we briefly touched on, and like I said, this is what I love, especially, we from the Tiger. That's what we from. You know what I'm saying? And we got to see all of us in our different elements, but it's like we all had our different flavor. Nobody was unafraid to be who they were. And
Absolutely.
It's like, this is my power, and this is what I bring to the table. This is my special power. But it wasn't like we all trying to be the same people. And that's the one thing I always loved about you specifically, because your shit don't sound like nobody else's.
Right.
I'm talking about nobody. It can't nobody out to be like, his shit sound like mine. Never. Can't do it. So I'm just appreciate that, because so many people are uncomfortable living in their own skin, being their own artists. It's like, no, that's what your special power is, what you are. You know what I'm saying? So I always been grateful for that. That's why I think our interaction always authentic, because I appreciate you. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
shout out to my man Marcus Amos. I thought about that name Rozzi, you know what I'm saying, and built a persona around that, a rapping style per se around that character. So that's a backstory behind that.
So let me go. I know Boom's got some questions. I'm gonna go over the Fanatic real quick.
questions?
Yeah. I'm gonna go over Fanatic real quick. So I'm a Greensboro implant via A&T.
Okay.
So I'm an
Aggie Pride.
Aggie Pride. All right. So, I'll never forget it was a club downtown, and this may have been 96, 97, and it was a huge song in that time period was "Crush on You." And you know, we used to do little dances when that song came on in the club like this. We used to be like, just like this, just like this. We used to be dancing in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, right? And then, you know what I'm saying, as I didn't know it at the time I was listening to the club, but as I started talking to people like, yo, the dude that, you know, produced that beat is from here, son. What you talking about? That's Fanatic. That is Fanatic. And you know what I'm saying? That was my introduction to Fanatic, being a transplant.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying, as I learned that, I learned about the Busy Boys and all those things. What? Because you've been on a crazy ride.
Yeah.
From that I can see from afar.
That's why sometimes it's so
Yeah,
crazy
you know what I'm saying?
when people are like, oh yeah,
Crazy
Fanatic over here. I'm like, a word? Hey man, you know you did some shit, right? Alright, good to say.
Yo, Fanatic, if you can name like 2 people you've worked with or 2 things that you've done in this music industry that really stands out above all, what would those 2 things be?
Ooh.
Or 2 people, 2 artists that you work with?
I don't know if I can narrow it down to 2. Probably Biggie, probably Michael Jackson, probably Beyonce. We'll go with 3.
Did you hear that?
Which camera am I looking at? What's going on?
It's broke.
It's
You
that
broke.
I can't see y'all.
I've been very, very, very fortunate that, you know, just networking, relentless networking, I've been able to work with these artists that were like iconic, all at the same time, which speaks about hip hop during that period, or just artistry in general. It was like 7, 8 different icons out at one time, and you know, that was like, because everybody was, as you say, was doing something different, had their own thing going on.
Right.
So it was like Eli Davis and I was just constantly networking in New York City, and we were able to, you know, work with these people.
Fly Eli.
Yeah.
Of course.
And we got to put Puffy on there too, because I did work under him for a minute, and that was an experience, as well as Vincent Herbert. So.
Did you ever have just that moment of like, man, I'm right here, right now?
The Michael Jackson moment.
Michael Jackson moment?
I'm standing right in front of the guy right here, Mike,
right now.
and like he's having conversation with you, and like he looks you directly in the eye when he talks to you.
I probably would have fainted with my eyes
Like
open.
he sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher when he was talking to me. I was just like,
Blinded by the aura.
and I was smiling, so I know it's like, yo, what is this nigga smiling at? But I was just like blown away by that,
That's
you know.
crazy.
Yeah.
And the conversation was like a real sincere conversation. It
Right.
was, because you'll meet a lot of people and they'll have like their superstar conversation where they're not really trying to establish rapport with you. It's more like a high and by, or it just feels like it's rehearsed. Or
Let me
whatever.
give you my commercial.
Right. But this was like a real genuine conversation
Right.
where I can tell he took some time to really listen to the music, and we had like a real interaction.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay, he's like really humble and like it's on some real shit.
Right.
So, you know.
Wow.
I know it feels good to have your artistry just appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about with Nessa and the chairs turning around. Like you work so hard for that moment to be ready for that moment. You know what I'm saying? So when it's okay, I got to play this beat for this specific person, or I got to hit this note or sing this in front of these specific people. You already been trained for that, so you know once I get in the game, I already know I'm gonna drop 30. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I do when I get in the game. So again, I'm so proud. I remember going through a time where I used to see your name in magazines, and I'm like, who is this guy? I keep hearing about it. You know what I'm saying? And even in our own journey, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been around so much success, but we still just 2 working dudes, and we live this regular life. But if we tell our story, it's like, yeah, we know this specific person. We talk to this specific person. We bumped the Rhapsody out here. We're talking the Ninth over. It's like we know all of these individuals who have so much success, and it makes us grateful for our journey, because that's a part of our story.
Absolutely.
And we're always happy to be a part of y'all story as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all talent. Y'all know us and fuck with us because we have talent. We know y'all and fuck with y'all because y'all have talent. And even if it's not direct, you've heard of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, North Carolina, Greensboro in general is a big part of who we are. So, because when you get in the industry, you'll find that you know, the difference in people and personalities and things like that. And the thing I love about Greensboro, it puts a sort of humble humility on you that allows you to stay grounded through all of that, you know,
Right.
and maintain who you are.
Right.
And that's the one thing that if you get out of this business, if you can maintain who you are as you're going up, coming down, going back up, or whatever,
Yeah.
like that's the most important thing. And
Yeah.
I think Greensboro is the big part of that. Why I've been able to maintain that for me. You know?
You have to come home every
Yeah.
so often,
Yeah,
right?
definitely,
You have to.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big part of it.
Coming back home, everybody has these expectations again. You know, now it's like this buzz, and it's like, what's next? Can y'all share what's next? You know what I'm saying, for y'all? You know, if it's okay to kind of give us a peek into what's in the future for all of y'all.
Well, I got a record out. It's called Cool Cat. So right now I got like 10 videos for this
Nice.
for this album. So I'm continuously dropping jewels, You know, got the hot record.
Am I on this album?
You're on this album. It's called In the Jungle. It's getting mad play right now.
Nice,
We love
nice.
it. Featuring my man Ayo too. Boys to Natasha, baby. I got you know, the homie Killer Priest. You know, Wu-Tang affiliate. He's on the record too. So you know, I'm only running with real cats. You know.
Dope.
So you can catch me in some movies. 24 hours, the bad guy, you know, so that feels good when people, you know, be out in the streets and be like, yo, I just seen you. I'm like, yeah, I had the Netflix.
Shout out to Alizé.
Alizé,
Absolutely.
Gerald
Alizé
Cross,
Lees.
you know, that's the crew. So
I love hearing all these names, boy.
Yeah.
It's all people that
catch me
we
in
rock with.
Flowers too, so they really putting in work over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, rest in peace, Ocean Bass. I don't know.
Ocean
I didn't.
Bass.
You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I put that out there. O has always been a good dude.
Foundation.
Yeah.
And
We
just-
real dudes,
I mean,
Fanatic.
yeah,
But
I
you see,
see it,
but
I see it.
I know it's not by chance. You know what I'm saying? We done been in this.
Right.
Right with certain people.
I'm gonna speak.
We've been in this.
Right.
Not on all of it. They
Yeah.
know.
I'm gonna speak
You've
personally
been around.
because always showed Ilpo love.
Yeah.
Like whenever we saw him, he's always showed Ilpo love, and I know he had that genuineness for everybody else because he didn't know us from Adam. He had just heard the music, and that's how we met. Like that's how we met Vanessa. That's how we met Rozzi, and that's how we meet in Fanatic. You
He
know what
was
I'm
one
saying?
of the first official MCs out here. It was off top. It was him and Ski, and they used to battle, you know, skate station and everything. And like he just like he was real dope. And like every time you would see him perform or make records or whatever, it was always like some really dope shit that he was doing from day one. And he was a big part of our whole thing with the hip hop posse and everything. So.
I remember it blew my mind when I found out that Ski was from here. Because by default, just because I'm a fan of hip hop, Can I Get Open was my joint.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just like, yo,
Yeah.
I rock with this. And it was like, oh, wait, from down the that dude is from down the street.
Right.
Like,
Right.
word, it's attainable. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so crazy just hearing that. And then the more you delve into that world, like I said, you just meet through us working and networking, you cross paths with certain people. So the stories, I'm sure, all of us end up telling when it's all said and done are going to be crazy.
Big up the Ski Beats, yo.
Yeah.
Yes,
He
sir.
did my Mistaken ID, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Dope record, yeah.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Always been.
Dang.
What you got, Nessa? What you got in the pipeline coming down?
Working on an album right now. Still writing and, you know, getting the productions and everything together, recording. It's crazy because I'm independent, so I'm writing, recording, and touring at the same time. So it's
Word.
slowing me
Working
down.
woman.
Yeah, I know. She's like, yo, I'm happy.
She's
Yo, I'm happy to
working
sit down.
woman.
Yeah, it feels good to sit down.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot going on you know,
Yeah.
at one time.
But it's good to be busy, though, right?
It's good to be busy.
working.
Yeah, it's good to
It's
be
good to be
busy.
positively busy.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right. So there's that. We just got married, you know.
Love.
That's a beautiful thing, yo. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, just got married, just bought a house. So life is a little crazy.
Yeah.
I planned my own wedding in like 2 months.
Wow.
If I
Does
had
it
2
all.
months.
Wow.
She does it all. It can do your wedding, too. A
Never
commercial real
again.
quick.
Not until my daughter gets married.
Yeah.
It's over. So there's a lot going on. Something that I wish I could tell you, cause like ugh.
That's all right. You can come
'Cause,
back.
We'll come back for the exclusive. We'll come back for the
Oh.
exclusive, yo.
Oh,
We'll come back. We'll come back for the
He
exclusive.
just
Come back
put on.
and
He's like,
tell
oh
us.
yeah.
You heard it here first.
Right.
Audio
Come
Trafficker
back
would
and tell
have
us
the
when you can
exclusive.
tell us, and we'll yeah.
Absolutely.
'Cause I'm
Yeah.
That's the
excited
news.
to hear. I'm excited to hear what's next. I'm excited to hear this project because you doing you, and some people get an opportunity to make albums and rep us, and they don't rep us right.
Yeah.
And we know the talent, so we're like, you're not giving them what you're supposed to give them. I know you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do already, because you can't. You don't do nothing else. It's like this is what I do. Take it or leave it, but this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So
appreciate it,
I'm
yeah.
excited to see what's coming.
I'm hoping that I've been getting a lot of love since I've been home. Like, hey, I love the way you represented Greensboro, the way you represented North Carolina. So that's cool. You know, I'm not from here, but this North Carolina, I'm from Brooklyn, but North Carolina has really like groomed me and softened me and nurtured me. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm hoping that I am doing my best to represent North Carolina.
And she got the key to the city.
I
You got the
love
key to the
Carolina.
city, yo.
Oh, I
Came
Johnson.
down to get that.
We got the
Came down to get your
keys,
key,
keys.
by the way.
I was nuts.
To the city.
I was nuts. Yeah,
How was that,
appreciate
man?
Greensboro.
It
That
feels
was-
good again when it's just the validation of everything we already know. Like we
Yeah.
feel we deserve this. It's just about when we go in front of artists, we always like we know we'll get fans. When you see what we do, when you hear what we actually do,
Yeah.
that part always works. You know what I'm saying? So it's good when people just validate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure. I mean, I definitely don't feel deserving of a lot of things, but I'm blessed to be here to get them. So I'll take it if you're gonna give it to me.
No doubt. What you got coming up next, Fanatic?
Oh man, well, we got Thursday, November 30th. I'm doing a master class out here with Fly Eli.
That's dope.
And
Is
in
that an
case-
undisclosed location?
well, it's what it is.
Like I
it's-
can't quite say
it's a
on
pop-up.
right
It's a
now.
Okay,
It's a pop-up.
Because I've been trolling like
No,
trying to
it's
figure
a
out.
pop-up. When
Okay,
you purchase the tickets, the location will be disclosed to you.
Nice.
Okay.
So
I know.
What time is that popping off?
You got the information.
7 o'clock.
Inside information.
On the 30th.
Inside
Yeah.
trading.
7
Yeah.
7 p.m. on
Yeah,
the
so go on at www.masterclasseswithfanatic.eventbrite.com and get your tickets. We're going to be sharing a lot of information. My thing is to try to help these artists, producers, managers, engineers, in their journey and trying to make it into the game.
Right.
I've experienced so much and learned so much working under all these different people. I want to share that information and make this next generation of artists make the journey a lot easier to get in and just give them as much insight as possible with
Right.
everything that I've been through. I kind of wish I had that growing up
Yeah.
in this business, but it's our job as servants to the universe to help each other.
Amen.
Make it.
It's amazing because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah,
it's
They
very
get here
important.
and they're not telling nobody else
Yeah.
how they got anything.
Pitfalls, none
It's
of that.
crazy.
Like, don't watch out for like.
Yeah.
And I haven't even, I haven't
Yeah.
achieved much, but what I have, like anything I got, whether I like you or not,
Right.
you from Carolina, you're doing it, you serious about it, I will tell you anything that I know. And it's
And
been
even
that
put
way.
people on already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And I got scars too, so I got a lot of information to share.
wow.
Eli, he manages Anthony Hamilton and Ninth Wonder, so he's got a lot of information to share from the management side.
Right.
A lot of things that we want to let people know that even if you're not a recording artist, you still can have a career in the music business because there's 20 million other jobs behind the scenes. Those are the real people that make the money, really.
Yeah.
So, and just really just help people find their path in this business.
That's
So
awesome.
we got that going on. I got a record coming out. I'm doing an artist project also, so I'm getting ready to shoot a video to that, and as well as a film that I'm working on. I shot a short out here a couple of years ago that now I've turned it into a feature film, so now we're working on that, producing that.
Renaissance man.
So,
Renaissance
so
man.
all gotta, you gotta put the music with film and TV
Right.
and all these things
Right.
now if you wanna, expand your brands.
And from what I heard, in there.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, we
Clearly-
cook
He's in the
it.
studio.
Clearly,
He's in the studio.
Can you show a stove right there? Can you show an image of a stove?
clearly you cooking in there right
Yeah,
now, boy.
yeah.
So,
I've been hearing about
Word
her
up.
for a minute. Like a lot
A
of people
nice
have been
range.
asking me,
I know.
have you
Beat
heard
them
Vanessa Ferguson?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, nah. And then so I started watching some episodes of The Voice and just really started trying to reach out to her when I got out here, and we connected, and I was like, oh, we have to work together. So
real recognize real.
So we're in here and we're cooking up something special.
That's
This is
live wire.
huge.
the launch
You know,
pad.
The launch pad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
really
launch
excited
pad.
about this record.
I'm excited about the
excited.
record, and I just
Yeah.
learned about it today.
I think you guys have been the perfect representation of Audiotrafficker rule number 1, and it is create.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
In order for you to continue doing anything in regards to what we do, that's number 1. You got to. You can't stand still. From a management aspect, you got to create opportunities.
Oh, definitely.
From an artist aspect, you got to create. You got to create the lyric. You got to create the music, the cadence, the rhythm. So I think tonight was a beautiful representation of that. I don't
Yeah.
want to get all sentimental, but that's how I'm feeling right
It's
now.
emotional. It's the home
That's
team.
how I'm
You know
feeling.
what I'm
Man,
saying?
I feel good, man.
I
This
love
is a
these
beautiful-
episodes
this is a
where we
beautiful
get to
thing.
chop it up with our people. We get to give the people like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure again at the end of the day that we're appreciated. You know what I'm saying for what we bring to the table. I want to see y'all shine in the best light possible. Y'all done already did that. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to help shimmer y'all some. You know what I'm
we
saying? Some
appreciate
places
this platform.
where like, hey, wherever you might not, if you don't know, you need to know about my folk. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all coming through, sharing time. You know what I'm saying? With us, chopping it up. We look forward to y'all coming back, potentially with some. With some,
Hey,
you know what I'm
studio artists,
saying,
can y'all
new
make some
music.
noise for our guests tonight? Yeah, big shout out to our studio artists. They've been really into this.
Because they've been quiet the whole time. They never this quiet. They've been quiet the whole time. Was it a good interview, Brian?
Sometimes you get wrapped up and you listen.
Brian's like, oh, it's happening.
Hey, can I say something too?
You say whatever you want, brother.
Hey, make sure y'all catch that new Boozy video. You know?
Word up. I do remember that.
Yeah, chilling. So you know.
He's all in the
Hey,
video.
we're gonna go around one time. What are you listening to right now? Just give me something.
Wow.
What are you listening to right now?
I got a whole car full of joints. What am I
Just
listening to?
throw one out
Besides
there.
yourself. Besides yourself.
Well, we rocked the Gap on the way here.
Okay.
The new
all
gas?
right.
Yeah.
The new gas?
Oh, I went to that listener
Yes, we
party.
did.
We rocked
Yeah,
the
please.
airport
I
when we
went
was
to
in
that
New York.
listener party.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We rocked the airport in
You
New
heard-
York. When we
okay.
was in
Uh-huh.
Vegas,
Uh-huh.
we was rocking that Eddie Ruger, you know what I mean? So
Alright,
we
alright.
hit different spots and, you know,
Ruger's Bagels.
representing, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, for me, of course Gab stays in the CD changer. Yes, I have a CD changer.
Let's address that right now.
Shouts to the CD changer.
While you in the
Watch
comment
the video.
section. While you in the comment section, let's address that right now. I did say
Ain't
that.
wrong with
If
that.
And
it
I'm not
ain't broke,
ashamed.
don't fix
Damn
it.
right. Damn right.
What I have been listening to every day is James Brown, actually.
Nice.
Nice.
What James Brown is like a greatest hits or is it a particular
Nah,
album?
it's just nope. It's just certain cuts that I really love,
Nice.
and it's super bad. I feel good, and my favorite lately has been Cold Sweat.
Nice. I'm a nature
That's
fan
what I've been
myself.
listening to. What you
Ooh,
say?
nature.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
See,
sorry. Yeah, I love
So I mean,
James.
the old stuff is, I don't know, it's where it's at for me.
that's his live shows.
For me, I'm listening to Sci-Hi right now. Sci-Hi the Prince.
We
No
just
dope
did
on
beat some
Sundays.
bars with him
Yeah.
last
No
month.
dope
Yeah.
on Sundays.
Animal, Lord.
I'm listening to
Yeah,
that
we're not west from
album.
him. He
So
dope.
connected.
That and Imagine Dragons. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah, I'm checking out those. But I'm every Tuesday I'm on Spotify and iTunes checking out what's new and what's coming out and whatnot.
Yeah.
I feel like to stay relevant, you gotta listen to
Different
everything
sounds.
that's coming out, all genres. It's all music at the end of the day.
Yeah, I always got a lot of flack because I'm a rapper, but I don't listen to a huge amount of rap music. Like I listen to a lot of other stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm currently listening to Dan Crow. Nobody knows who that is, but look him up. Dan Crow, Away from the Day, and Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Oh.
Wishing Well. I'm just that'd be my zone. That's
but
my
this-
pocket.
right now-
I can do
I'm
something
I'm
like
telling you,
that.
right now,
That's what
my
I'm riding
zone-
to. I can do that.
Right now, my
I get in that
zone
pocket.
is D'Angelo Voodoo.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. You
That's
can
my
stay in
zone.
back pocket.
So now we done brought it back around.
But let me go get, you know, I got some shit that I can talk about.
I'm on PM Dawn. I'm on PM Dawn. I'm on Average
Official.
White
Always on
Tees.
PM Dawn.
You know what I'm saying?
Official.
Chain smokers.
I actually check out
Yeah.
a lot of my. I got to shout out to some of my voice buddies, some of my voice fam. Felicia Temple has an amazing
Oh,
album.
yeah.
Look her up.
And that,
Felicia
yo,
Temple.
when I tell you it's amazing, I wouldn't lie to you. Would I lie to you?
No, you were not
See?
lying.
Felicia Temple's album is dope.
Yeah.
Also, Jesse has a dope song out called Hollywood Haze. If you want to know about the voice experience, what we experienced,
That's it.
listen to Jesse's song Hollywood Haze.
Man, Jules is getting dropped
Hollywood
tonight.
Haze is
Boy.
nuts. It's
I
nuts.
love it.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you.
So.
Do we have anything from our studio audience before we get up out of here? Light skin, you want to come up here and say something? Thank y'all for coming out. Anything like that?
I'm dogs.
Brian. I told him to say his name like Stewie.
That's his favorite show.
Oh, he ain't tell us that.
His favorite guy.
Yo, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. We got Mr.Rozzi Vanessa Ferguson, Fanatic. Got my man Monday Bones
Monday
over there.
Bones.
I'm J Bond, yo. Audiotrafficker. We see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Thank y'all, man. Make
Woo!
Now that was dope.
That was dope, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
That was dope. Wow.
And we rapping, good rapping.
You see that it's the inner workings of how the system is like, oh, they brought
Oh,
this
shut up.
straight us out on that right there. But it's good to actually sit down and chop it up so we can share it. And the next time you're like, oh, that's my man Boom. I remember you.
Because right now they just go, oh, it's Ilpo.
Guys just say that at our shows. Yeah, Ilpo is nice, but like it's two of us. You know that, right? It's not
He's
just
done
one
now,
person.
bro. You quit jumping up and down.
Cut it off after we say